Welcome to JoTea. I'm Jody, and let's spill that perfect match tea. Perfect match episode 4, 5, and 6. Ollie has thrown me for a loop. I was defending him in our last episode, and he got me. You guys were right. He actually got me. Now, I am seeing some rumors that the reason it took so long for Perfect Match to come out is because AD and Ollie are having a kid and they needed to re-edit the show not to make Ollie look bad, because apparently he actually was playing the field a lot and they had to re-edit it to take all that out. That's kind of crazy. If just seen as the nicest part of when he was treating AD bad, that's crazy. But let's get straight back to episode 4. Clayton seriously took him and Sandy being on a date together as like fate and it was meant to be. Honestly, he is so delusional. It's not making sense. Everything that happens to him in there, he's like, it was meant to be. That's why I'm here. This was fate. I was supposed to meet you. I was supposed to meet you. Meanwhile, he's telling us he hates all of them really. Sandy was quick to remind him that she's not interested and she didn't choose to be on this date with him and she's with Louis. People were so upset over the kissing challenge. Like, they had to kiss people and then rate it out of 10. Everybody was so upset. Louis was upset that Sandy went all in. Daniel was absolutely raging. He wouldn't even speak to Lucy because she put Ollie as a 10 and him as a 9. And how dare she not know who it was? I mean, low-key kind of understand because Ollie has like a full beard and he's the only one that does. But at the same time, you're blindfolded and it's actually just not that deep. It's in a challenge. We actually seen Louis get upset a couple of times in these past few episodes and I'm not buying it. I am actually not buying it. I think he came in here with a script. I'm not falling for it. He clearly wants to try and change his image and it's not working on me. Current Louis, it is not working. You literally went in there probably to do whatever you wanted to do and now you're being exposed as a cloud chaser. So that's, if you ever had any redeeming factors from Perfect Match, you screwed it. Now, Clayton didn't even wait 24 hours to tell Rachel he's actually not interested and he only matched with her out of excitement. Why would you do this to somebody that you had an actual relationship with, actual feelings involved more than once? They done this twice, this is the third time. I don't know why she allowed him to do that to her, but why would he do that to her? I need him gone. He needed to get out of that villa. Now, Sandy and Clayton got to go to the boardroom and I honestly think Clayton still thought he had a chance with Sandy in this boardroom. Like, he thought they were matched at this point because he was almost trying to cock block her from JR. But the people on the board this time was Ray from Love Island, Scott from Love Island, Jalen from Too Hot to Handle, and JR from The Ultimatum. They sent Rachel on a date with Scott and I instantly knew that was not his type. And they sent AD on a date with JR. She almost sent herself. Sandy almost sent herself. And I think she sent AD on a date with him just to get him into the house. Now, when JR went on the date with AD, I think he did spin her head just a little bit until she clocked that that was Sandy's ex from The Ultimatum and she was kind of like, did she send me on this date to bring JR into the house? The math was mathing and she figured it out. Sandy must have told AD about JR and she must have told other people about her Ultimatum ex, or maybe was hoping for him to come in because their season wasn't out yet. So she was obviously talking about him. I've got to say, I was like in my last episode, oh, I need JR to come in for Sandy. I need to see them reunite. And oh my God, when he actually came back on the screen, it reminded me why I didn't like him. His voice goes through me and honestly his ego does too. He just needs to take it down a little bit, but the way he talks actually goes through my head. I don't know what it is. There's something about it. Somebody said that it sounds like he's talking with a heavy tongue. I don't really know if that makes sense, but something about his voice. The way Ollie was so vexed when AD went on that date, like he was marching up and down that villa, his head was gone. I do think he was going overboard, I can't lie. From the jump, I already knew Scott was not gonna like Rachel, but from the date you can just see how boring it was. He needs somebody more feisty than her. He literally, all he loves to do is start drama and chat shit. If you just have somebody that's really calm and quiet and like calm and collected, that's not gonna work for him. It's just not. He needs somebody to be able to stand up and chat shit with him. But when she called him English on the date and he corrected her and then told him that Welsh is basically English and it's the same thing, I knew that was a wrap. I knew he would never take her serious because that's offensive. Wrap it up. Now, I really don't understand what's wrong with men and a tall, muscular man walking into a room, but when JR walked in, you could see everybody was threatened, and this same effect happened in the ultimatum. We need to get our egos up just a little bit. Don't let people make you sweat just by walking into a room. That is crazy. But yeah, they were all threatened by JR. But honestly, like, once the man opens his mouth and starts speaking, you just shouldn't be. He comes with all this, oh, I'm gonna steal your girl, and like, he never does, realistically. Now, I really thought Scott was gone. I really did. He was not liking Rachel. Like, I could just, he couldn't stand her. He basically was telling the cameras that, you know, it's a game and she's his ticket into the villa, and that's about it. He does not like this girl. She is getting the Juliet treatment right now, and to be honest, Scott is a good game player. We've seen that in his season of Love Island. He will stick it out with her just to stay in. He will play that he's in love with her. He literally told the cameras he doesn't like blonde girls and he doesn't like her, basically. But he will play the game. He's a game player and he's a clout chaser. He was on Love Island 3 times in one summer. It's never been done before, and I would not be surprised if he is back in Love Island again at some point. He's not done All Stars yet. Contract is probably there. Now, JR was convinced he's coming in and he's never leaving. That he's gonna take everybody's girl and everybody's gonna want him, and that just didn't happen. Sandy was not interested, to be honest. Like, she had a conversation. She stuck with Louis, which I gotta say I was surprised because Sandy's only ever been with older guys and Louis is 23. He's like a baby. I was surprised that she stuck with Louis, but I guess they're building something. Now, AD sat down with Ollie and she was like, I love how calm and collected you've been about this, letting me get to know this new guy. And one thing's for sure is Ollie is not calm and collected in the slightest, but go off. Now, the biggest plot twist came. So Lucy and Daniel won the challenge and they had to go to the boardroom. But when they got to the boardroom, they were asked who they think is the top 2 most compatible couples aside from themselves. And they chose AD and Ollie and Madison and Freddie. For whatever reason, they chose Madison and Freddie. These people have been there for like 2 days together, and I don't know why Madison's acting like she has claimed territory over this man. That's who they chose as most compatible. Now, what came next was they had to choose somebody from both couples to go on a date. Whoever they chose, the other person would have to leave the house. They are literally splitting up the top 2 perfect matches. So they actually sent Ollie on a date and they chose Madison to go on a date, meaning AD went home and so did Freddie. AD and Ollie were so upset. They were sobbing, crying, they were trying to comfort each other, and I thought, wow, this is actually so sad. But I imagine AD will be back in like the next episode, or they'll be able to match up again and Ollie will just wait it out, you know. He'll get to know people, but he'll be thinking about AD, and that's all that'll be on his mind. Boy, was I motherfucking wrong. Madison and Ollie went on these dates, and not only did they go on these dates, they had 2 people each. So Madison was on a date with Ray from Love Island and Jalen from Too Hot to Handle, while Ollie was on a date with Olivia from Temptation Island and Justine from Love Island. This man walked into this date and straight away he was like, AD's a distant memory. You guys make it all better. I'm fine. I'm just gonna massage both of you because I wasn't just throwing up, sobbing, crying in my bedroom with my soon-to-be wifey, because that's the way he was literally going on in that house with her. The disrespect, like, AD has to be boiling watching that. There's no way she couldn't be, because hearing about it is one thing, watching it, they're definitely not speaking this week. But Deadass saying that them being here makes AD a distant memory and them being here makes her leaving even better. Why you were absolutely causing war because she had a conversation with JR. Men are despicable. I found that he was quite sleazy in the date. Seeing him with both girls just made me ew. Like, I was disgusted watching it. I really was. I was like, what? But Justine saying that she's over dating Americans and she wants to date a UK guy is just a little bit silly, because the last person we seen you date was Jack Fowler from the UK in Love Island games, and it didn't work out because of distance. So who are you lying to? Because it probably wouldn't have worked out again because of distance. We have seen Daniel make Lucy cry twice in just 3 episodes, and he actually needs to pack it up, because I'm starting to look at him like, why do you keep talking to her like this? He's literally talking to her like trash, and he's just coming at her straightforward, boom, disrespectfully making her cry. And I just don't understand what's not clocking in his brain. First, he literally was like, you don't care about me, I care about you more. Basically going at her because of a kissing challenge that she had to participate in. She couldn't say, nah, everybody did it. You had to. It's part of the freaking show. And the second time, you literally stormed over to her, giving out to her because she was laughing in a conversation. But they were literally laughing about how much they have in common, and it's actually crazy. And he had this exact same birthday as her ex, and she was like, that's PTSD, stay away from me. And he was like, that's so embarrassing. How dare you laugh at someone else? Like, bro, come on, wrap it up. Like, actually move. I liked Daniel and Lucy, but now I'm just seeing disrespect, and I think he just needs to treat her with a little bit more care. We also seen Louis make Sandy cry, and we've seen Sandy cry in The Ultimatum, but I honestly felt so bad for her in that moment. I feel for her because she didn't do anything in the wrong for Louis to question her at all. She was playing a game with Jalen, and at the end of the day, she could have chose him to go on a date with when she was in the boardroom without Louis. She could have done that, and she didn't because she didn't want to. She could have even gone on a date with her ex, and she didn't. And when she was literally playing, I think they were playing table tennis with Jalen, she was with other girls. It wasn't one-on-one, and she was just floating around talking to people, and he's sulking in the corner because she didn't kiss him and she's talking to guys. And I just don't think it happened the way he was seeing it. But instead of going after her when she was upset, he just got huffy and walked in the other direction. Now, when they actually did match that night, Louis said in his video room that if he could have Sandy go on no more dates and only be for him, talk to no other people, while he still goes on dates and talks to other girls, he would have that. And he said it with a straight face. He was not joking. Now back to Ollie, because he was sitting with Justine. He was talking about he could never have imagined in his wildest dreams someone like Justine coming in. Her smile, her body. Hello, you literally just had AD talking about body. It's the fact that he's talking about in his wildest dreams he couldn't imagine a woman like her. Actually get out. I get it. She is a beautiful woman. I'm not disregarding her at all. I'm sticking up for AD because she's not even gone 10 hours. And for the icing on the cake, they kissed. Like, they were in the bedroom kissing, probably doing more shit because we were getting subtitles of moaning and all of the rest of it. So who knows what went on in that room. He's literally a love bomber to the max. Like, you actually can't beat him in love bombing. And honestly, it makes his whole relationship with AD in the first 5 episodes meaningless. The way they were so close in the first 5 episodes, they were all upon each other. He's literally like that with Justine 6 hours after AD left, and he was crying, throwing up in the bedroom, wrapped all over her. I actually can't. This show has kind of actually made me realize British men ain't shit. Not sorry. Now, another plot twist. I don't recall this ever happening before. They kind of acted like this has already happened before because they were like, oh, this is happening already. I don't recall this being on the previous 2 seasons. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they split the boys and the girls up, and they sent them both out on days out with the single boys and girls. So I think there's some really good twists this season that we haven't had yet, which is good. You need to keep it fresh, not just keep it repetitive. This day out is going to be actually crazy because AD is on the girls' day with Ollie, while Justine is going to meet other new guys, and she's like sweating because she has this great connection with Ollie in 8 hours, and I don't know how it's going to unfold. As soon as they get there though, like Ollie and Louis is like, oh Daniel, are you going to be off the bench? Because Daniel is the only one that's actually being respectful towards Lucy. And yeah, they're like, everybody needs to just do what they want. When we're away, we're gonna play. And it's like, I actually can't deal with these men. I can't. One is 23 and one is slagging the 23-year-old while acting worse than him. So no, literally this episode 6 really did open my eyes to just like, British men are disgusting. I just can't. I can't defend it. I did see in that sneak peek that Sandy and JR are at some point arm in arm. What's going on there? Okay, so we're looking forward to figuring out what's going on there. I also heard AD going off on one at Ollie, which he deserves. I can't wait for these episodes to drop so we can see the next few episodes. But let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what the heck you think of Ollie, because I actually can't look at him the same. He has to have some sort of heavy redemption arc in the next few episodes for me to ever look at him with any respect again. Let me know your opinions on these last 3 episodes, and we'll be back when the next ones drop. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next few episodes.